day, great day, great day, great day, great day. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, another day, another opportunity, another year. Happy New Year to you and your family. Oh my gosh, I know you're super excited because this is the greatest time today, this year in history, to get things to the next level. So I know you're super excited. I know you just can't wait to dive into all of the great information that's out here, because great people, to be honest with you, it's going to be probably the most trying time we've ever experienced in history, but also the greatest time if you're willing to do what? I'm always talking about it. Change. Oh my gosh, that's something you can't avoid. You either go with the changes or you get knocked over by the changes. I don't want you to get knocked over. I want you to succeed. So great people, if you want success, my great people, if you want success in today's time, you're going to have to be willing to change. New actions bring about great things. So I know there are a lot of things that we've gone through. It's been some trying times for the last few years, right? But you're here. You got your blessing, you got your gift. Now what you gonna do with that life you got, man? Huh? Come on. We got to take things to the next level. So I'm super excited to bring some information to you today. I know you can't wait to get into it, but once again, it's going to be, in this new year, a new way of thinking, new actions. If you want to succeed, that's only if you want to succeed. And great people with those new actions are going to bring major success, because this is the greatest time in history for you and I to take things to the next level. But once again, you're going to have to change. Let's talk about it. I got some great subjects, and I'm excited, I got some great subjects. We're going to dive into them. I'm going to keep them super simple. We're going to make this thing super short. Let's move forward. Now, worldwide, we've been taught to believe in the health system here, but it's really a wealth system to make the rich richer and make us sicker. So we need to develop new mindsets, new actions, and have these conversations with our family to be healthy moving forward.
Johnson & Johnson is back on the market because we done figured out what the side effects are. Really? How'd you figure that out? Oh, by people dying. That's how you figured it out. You figured out it causes blood clots by mother dying. So you took it off the market. Now you're going to turn around, put it right back on a month later saying, now we know the side effects of blood clots. Don't they let you know these motherfuckers tested this shit? If you'd like to continue to be a crash test dummy, go ahead, shoot your shit.
It's my ass, they're crooked, they're criminals.
Well, how come you haven't got that vaccine?
Because you ain't gonna kill me.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm here to live, not to die.
So they gave them the vaccine and they offered them a place to stay.
Exactly. Just like they did during the election. They offered them $200 to go vote for Biden.
So don't take their vaccines. There are 14 therapies that are in the world today that we can use to fight against the COVID virus. America, you won't solve it. The scientists of the world, you won't solve it. Guess what? I want to tell you what will solve it. You ready?
Yes, sir.
This virus is a pestilence from heaven.
Yes, sir.
So scholarship from hell can't deal with a pestilence that came from heaven.
So millions globally have participated in the pandemic, but where there's life, there's hope. And for those that have not, the key thing for both people is to go on to a clean diet. But we need guidance for this. So go in my description below and click the link and you'll get your free ebook, okay? Free ebook on how to eat to live. Moving forward in this new world, we're going to have to develop new habits, new lifestyle, and develop control over ourselves. So parents, what we're going to have to do is develop a new mindset, work on ourselves so we can pour that into the children. So their actions can be a lot different from ours. We give them the basics of life, cleanliness, politeness, but we're going to also have to add in from when they go into the school system, we're going to have to add more into so they can know the two sides, the two natures. So let's go a little bit deeper, but keep it simple into why we need to do this.
95% of our life is coming from the programs of life, how to live life that we get in the first 7 years of life. That's why poor people stay poor and rich people stay rich. The movie The Matrix is not science fiction. It's a documentary. Every human, and it's a fact, every human first 7 years is download hypnosis. The brain of a child under 7 is in a lower vibrational frequency. When you put wires on a person's head, you read electroencephalograph, reading brain activity. A child below 7 has a lower vibration than consciousness. It's called theta. Theta is imagination. Oh, that's how kids play a tea party with mud pies, but to them it's a real thing. A kid rides a broom, it's a horse. That's theta, imagination. Theta is also hypnosis. And the idea is this: before you can become conscious, if you don't have any programs, what are you going to be conscious of? So nature makes the first 7 years. What kind of programs are required to live on this planet? I say, how do you get them? Theta is hypnosis. You just watch. You watch your parents, you watch your siblings, and your community, because you have to learn how many 100,000 rules. Think about it. Just to be a functional member of a family and a functional member of a community, there are rules. Teach an infant these rules. I say, oh, you don't have to. First 7 years, they observe it and just download it.
Now, children are exposed to education if their parents are wise and healthy, i.e. if their parents are wise men and wise women, children get educated. If they're not, they get indoctrinated. There's a big difference. Our education system teaches people what to think, not how to think. If you study the history of our education system, Ken Wilber goes into this quite deeply if you want a resource. Our education system is still the exact system that was developed by warlords and plantation owners to control slaves. It was developed specifically to keep the kids busy so they could get more work out of the slaves, more hours out of them, and to train the children not to be creative, not to think for themselves, and to follow orders. That is exactly what your education system is today.
So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is actual facts. This isn't speculating or doing anything to that nature. We got to make a change mentally as adults. Children, know, and the young adults hear this, you got to go into developing a new mindset, because this is all actual facts. This is reality. We got to develop something for the new world that we've entered into. Once getting on top of our health, we most definitely want to get on top of understanding that there's no job security. I don't care if you have a so-called, with all due respect, good government job, or you have a high-paying private sector job. Let's look a little bit deeper into this situation.
What goes up must come down. Tech's supercharged trajectory of growth, record stock highs, and aggressive hiring during the pandemic now in a downturn. From plummeting tech stock valuations to an accelerating wave of layoffs and hiring freezes across the industry, the belt tightening in tech is sending ripples through the public markets, which are already grappling with recession fears and ongoing global supply chain issues. Here's a quick roundup of just some of the most high-profile tech names caught up in the turbulence over the past few months. Meta has plans to slow hiring of engineers this year by at least 30% as it weeds out poor performers across its teams. Google, Apple, Microsoft, and Snap also reportedly pausing or substantially slowing hiring and cutting back on spending. And Twitter laying off 30% of its talent acquisition team amid its own hiring freeze. In June, Elon Musk's super bad feeling about the economy led to hiring pauses and job losses at Tesla, with a little over 200 employees let go. PayPal cutting dozens of employees in an effort to reduce costs. Salesforce saying it will put recruitment on hold for certain roles, along with Spotify, who says that it's reducing hiring by 25%. 450 staffers were let go at Netflix across May and June, the company citing slower revenue growth. And just last week, Shopify laid off thousands of employees about 10% of its staff. Investors across industries are watching all of this tech pain very closely, with many characterizing tech's performance as the canary in the coal mine for prolonged broader market mayhem, leading some to wonder if the Great Resignation is giving way to the Great Recession.
We all know Amazon, 10,000 employees affected by this. Their e-commerce company, I think we may know that. We use them frequently. They have offered voluntary buyouts and will work closely with the impacted employees. 4,400 at Twitter, technology company, as we know, this was 50% of its workforce, and many of these were contractual workers. Meta, formerly known as Facebook, 11,000 workers in Canada. Now, Zuckerberg thought would be permanent, but has been falling from its pandemic high. Microsoft, as we know, tech company, 1,000 employees, actually software makers. Weaker sales of Windows licenses of PCs. Morgan Stanley, financial services and banking, 1,600 positions. That's 2% of its workforce. So what we have right here is just 15 of the 250 companies that have put freezes on their company and also have laid off, as you've seen, 250 companies. So this allows us to understand that we got to get uncomfortable. Don't be comfortable. Don't stay comfortable, because your job is not promised, as you see. I don't care if it's a high-paying government job. You are not promised that job tomorrow. So let's work on the solution. And this is the greatest time in history to work on the solution. Now, the majority doesn't want to really, take time out to learn about what a Fed policy is and the printing of money and money creation and interest rates, inflation. We feel that stuff, but to really understand how it impacts what's going on under our roof with our family, the recession, how companies really are looking at recession being the main thing that's going to be the risk for their business. Supply chain. I mean, what does that mean? Don't talk that stuff with me. I just want to know how to get this money. And I agree with you now, but supply chain, what's going on with China? There's a lot going on. America's not producing anything, so a lot of our things are coming from overseas. Majority of our things are coming from overseas. The war, how is that affecting us under our roof? The cyber attacks. So I want to keep it super simple, because you want to get this money. You want to know how to protect yourself. You want to know how to keep that economy under your roof going well, so you can feed your family, pay your bills. Great people, I want to tell you, this is the greatest time in history to take things to the next level, okay? This is the greatest time in history, but guess what? It's mandatory. Like I said before, you're going to have to do something different. But this is the greatest time in history for you to go for your dreams, push that product, do something different, take advantage of opportunities, investing. Let's talk about that. It's very important. And I really feel that this is an important subject to talk about, because I understand everyone's feeling. I understand a lot of people are confused. A lot of people don't want to hear. A lot of people aren't paying attention to any of these things, but they're important. And like I said over and over again, it's like a broken record, but we need that at times to maybe this will reach that one person out of 1,000, because at times people, we just don't get it. And with all due respect, common sense isn't always common. But we got to change, great people, and we want to really discuss how it's not easy, but how simple it is to change, how simple it is to just incorporate some new things in your life. Because like I stated, you guys really don't want to hear about all that other jargon that's going on, all these big languages, quantitative easing and fractional reserve system and interest rates and money production and all these other things. You just want to know how to get some money. But great people, it's not going to be that easy, because you're going to have to change it, because you're used to working for money. So great people, the whole world is in dissatisfaction. That's very important for us to understand, that the whole world is in dissatisfaction. And by the whole world being in dissatisfaction, this can bring a lot of other things that can interfere with daily activities. So I won't go too deep into that, but we want to get satisfied, right? We want to be satisfied under the roof, because the number one economy is the economy in your home. You can take care of things in your home, great people, but you just got to do something different. So maybe you want to look into affiliate marketing. This is a great opportunity, because you don't have to come up with any product. Other companies have products, and all you have to do, and I want you to actually go to the description below this video and you'll see several affiliate marketing opportunities. It may be a digital product, it may be a physical product, but these opportunities allow you to minimize costs, okay? But then you want to invest in two things, yourself, and you want to also learn how to invest in the financial market. For example, on YouTube, you can go to Earn Your Leisure. They have Market Mondays. You can learn how to maybe connect with me. I can share you ways how you can get into the crypto space and learn about that. You can also learn how to hedge and how to fight inflation through saving in precious metals, okay? These things are very simple, okay? Not easy, but super simple, all right? Now, also, you may have your own product, right? But you don't, right now, you're not at that point in business and things are kind of staggering. You want to learn how to take your own product, maybe your soap, maybe your butter, maybe it may be some shoes or some merch that you have, and you just want to learn how to do it. Also, go to the description below and you'll see how you can learn to build your business and actually using your smartphone and free apps that you can download from the Play Store, okay? You may have liquid, something for you, and the world needs to hear. I mean, nothing's going to no ghost is going to come in and bring you some money for your product. People want to hear you. People want to know what value, what great ingredients that you have in your product that's going to be beneficial, and you're going to educate them, bring them value, maybe give away some things for free. But you need to learn how to do all these things with people. So in today's time, this is some of the secret ingredients you're going to have to do. Other than that, having a job is a blessing, but being dependent solely on that job, being dependent solely on the bike, and you're not learning to be your own bike, being dependent solely on your retirement and your 401k and your 401b and your thrift savings and all these things tied to Wall Street. You want to understand why you want to learn how to diversify. So all these things, great people, are very important in today's, because this is the greatest time, like I mentioned, in history for you to take things to the moon, because what we're going to experience in this big crash that's going to happen, great people, what goes up must come down. But those who are open to learning, I'm letting you know, it's going to be life-changing for you and your family. So I appreciate you once again. Always, great people, subscribe to the channel. All right, click that bell, get notified when I'm going live or when I'm sharing a new video, because these are some great things that you need to know, that I need to know, that we need to know, that the world needs to know, because it's all about helping the world find value, make some changes, and benefit from all of the changes that have taken place in the world. Take care, take heed, stay safe, great people, and I want to thank you for tuning in with Demi Sonia at A Rich Education. Have a great day.